Brothers in Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and still do. Salutations to the Akim on the highways and the hedges and the four corners, preaching this word with truth and sincerity. This is meditating in the spirit. Watch a couple of apostles and elders videos, getting edified. I just got finished watching the Apostle Tahar video. He's called us my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, pertaining to the scripture of Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Because watch this video is pertaining to this lady right here. Her name is Nia Hope. You know, your typical Israelite woman, don't know what's going on. Looking up her ancestry through her mother's line, and she's going off. You can watch her video too. But I don't have. I'm gonna put Apostle Tahar's video in the description box because he said that we could do a response on it. Watch a couple of the brothers' responses on it. Brother Kadashi Pot, very edifying. Brother Amawan Gabar from GMS Awakening 144. Very edifying. Watch their responses on it, and then I got built up in the spirit, got edified, so I could do my own response. You know, this is my response to it because I watched the video of Nia Hope. It's nonsense. Actually, I'm gonna just get straight into it. Salakia for the noise. As you can tell, Satan never stops working. But that's why we love the fact that America's going down. Fresh out the gate, when you watch the video, if you watch her video, Apostle Tahar said that you was going to get angry, and it is angry. It is vexing, rather, because all these women, all they know how to do is speak of themselves like they didn't come from men, you know. Let me get this real quick. It's the book of Numbers, because she did her mother's line, and that's why it came up that she had European ancestry, because she's so foolish that she doesn't know that during the course of time of us being taken out of power, that the men usually get killed off and thrown in jail, and the women get taken over by the other races of men. So of course she, you know, she would have European ancestry trying to go through her mother's line, since her mother doesn't have a line because she didn't come from, she doesn't produce any sperm. But this is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18, and it says like this: and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. Yeah, and this is talking about the time when Israel's to go to war, and Moses and Aaron being the priest of that time, you know, still are. They were doing a family tree, and all the men from 20 years and up were determined to go to war by the polls of the pedigrees of their fathers. So you see, and you could equate this today as when you watch Maury Povich. Everybody knows who the mother is, but who do we try to find out who is who? It's the father. So once again, these women are going off. But this was expected, because it's already been written in the scriptures. This is the book of Job, chapter 37, verse 19. Because the Most High had deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. And this is the case. Because if women had understanding and wisdom, they would understand that you can't find your family tree from your mother. If your mother is Haitian, so-called Haitian, and your father's so-called Puerto Rican, then you're Puerto Rican. You're not half Puerto Rican, half Haitian. You're 100% Puerto Rican, Period. Because you come from your father's sperm. You know? And all this is another instance of woman worship. It's lock here for the noise. I'm gonna let this train pass. Yeah, like I was saying, all this is more women worship as usual, and it's going to get them destroyed. I know I quoted the book of Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, so I'm going to just get it. And here it is. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame. Yeah, and if you watch this video of Nia Hope, you know, she her glory was turned into shame because she thought she was going to find out she was from Africa, find her African descent. And then come to find out, it said she was European. And then she said that she was so confused. Yeah, you're going to be confused because you're trusting in your oppressor and choosing his methods of finding your family. And that's going off as well. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Yeah, one of his ways is his bullshit DNA testing. You see? You can't believe the person that locked you up and took your heritage, your history away from you to all of a sudden have a change of heart and want to give it back to you. Because that's how they got rich. So-called white man, woman, and child, the banking elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the left hand of the Illuminati, if you will, they got rich off of the division and conquering of the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And that's just the truth. Point blank, period. We get another precept just pertaining to matter of fact, I'm gonna get that precept I was gonna get pertaining to these women and their women worship. Because this is the book of Luke chapter 11 verse 27. Because this happened even in ancient days, which proves that this is our people. It came to pass as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. So there you go right there. Women always trying to big up themselves in the worship, and Yahushua had to come in real smooth and let her know what the deal was. Verse 28, but he said, yeah, rather blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it. And this is written in the red letters, letting you know that this is Yahushua HaMashiach talking, you know? Because even in ancient days, there was women worship and things of that nature, and all of these distractions that keep the men from worshiping the Most High and doing it in decency and in order, the way it's meant to be, like pertaining to the book of 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter. But speaking about Corinthians, we're going to go to Corinthians, the book of 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. We're going to start at the top. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. We're going to look up this word ordinances, because if you look it up, just for edification, this is Paul writing to the church of Corinthia, and he talks about keeping things in order. Ordinances, order. And when you look up the definitions, giving over, the act of giving up, the surrender of cities. But this is the point. Point 2, a giving over which is done by word of mouth or in writing, i.e. an example, tradition by instruction, narrative, precept, etc. Objectively, that which is delivered, the substance of a teaching. So there you go. This is Paul writing a letter to the church of Corinthia, showing them the order of a household. Because clearly the church of Corinthia was going off. All right. I read of the body of precepts, especially ritual, which, in the opinion of the later Jews, were orally delivered by Moses and orally transmitted into unbroken succession to subsequent generations, which precepts, both illustrating and expanding the written law as they did, were to be obeyed with equal reverence. Yeah, so there you go. Basically, Paul was writing the law to the church of Corinthia, which is no different than the apostles, elders, and teachers, and the apostles and elders of GMS and other men, respectively, on down, that teach the same sound doctrine. And these people, majority of our people, are just stiff-necked and stiff-hearted. Basically, Paul is letting you know that this is the order of a household, and it goes as such. Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. So there you go. That's the order of things, you know. And contrary to popular belief, women believe that men were created to serve them, when really it's the other way around. You look up the word woman, it means a servant, you know. And that's why in America, aka Babylon the Great, these females are known as just that, females and serpents and snakes. Why? Because they're deceitful. They act like they're going to serve you, and they ask for things of marriage, and they ask for you to get on one knee and to marry them. And really, marriage pertaining to the scriptures is you having sex with a woman. So America is just a big melting pot of lies, if you will. This is verse. This is skipping down in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, going to the 8th verse. Salakia for the noise. Let me let this train pass. Like I was saying, verse 8, for the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. So there you go. Because like pertaining to the book of Genesis, Adam was created first, and then Eve was created after to complement Adam. And it reiterates that in verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So yeah, that's why the woman is known as Adam's rib, because she is supposed to be joined unto him. You know, she was created to help him. You look up the word, a woman is supposed to be a servant, a helpmeet. A woman is not supposed to just sit here and run you and tell you what to do. But you know, like pertaining this, that also shows you that we are under the curses, because we fit our people, the Israelites, they fit Isaiah the 3rd chapter. You know, how children have become our oppressors and women rule over them. That's talking about Israel right there. You know, but that was basically my take on it. You know, the Lord didn't deprive women wisdom, and if women don't listen to their men, then hey, what you gonna all you gonna get? It's a confusion, which is women, you know. Let me get this real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. If you watch her video, she says that she's confused, and all she has to do is watch the men of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders on down. You know, because GMS has the 100% truth, point blank period. I'm gonna get one more precept and then I'm gonna close. So I gotta get this in the Apocrypha real quick. This is in the Apocrypha. Actually, before I even get the Apocrypha, I'm gonna get this in Ecclesiastes, because I definitely wanted this. Because this is just another testament to why you shouldn't trust into women and listen to them at all. This is Ecclesiastes. This is King Solomon. He wrote this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. Actually, I started 25. I applied mine heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Yeah, there you go. This is why you're not supposed to deal with these women just as in wanting them for their beauty. And it says that too in the Apocrypha. Let me get that. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Why? Because for the simple fact that you don't know what she is thinking. Like it says that her heart is as snares and nets. And in order to get her in the bed, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to do what she says. And a woman's mind is geared towards this world, which is full of folliness and perversion and madness. Having men doing wicked sex acts just to have a couple of minutes of pleasure, and the Lord's going to judge and destroy you for it. It's not worth it. Verse 24, of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. The point right here in 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And I know people say that there are such things as good women. It doesn't say that in the scripture. It says that in the scriptures that a righteous woman is given to a portion of a righteous man, and a wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked man, but only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because going back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 27, behold, this I have found, saith the preacher, that's King Solomon, counting one by one to find out the account. The point is in 28, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. So King Solomon is letting you know that he seeked for this and he didn't find it yet. One man among 1,000 I have found, but a woman among all these have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Yeah, and that's the case. You see, out of 1,000 men, the Lord found, King Solomon found one that was upright, and out of 1,000 women, King Solomon found none that was upright. And this is the king we're talking about. So he had over 1,000 wives, like 700 wives and 300 concubines. You know, the concubines are the women of the lesser nations, you know, the so-called Arabs, Indians, Asians, you know, so on and so forth. And, you know, the 700 wives is the women of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So this is the king talking, and he's letting it be known that out of all of these women, he didn't find out one that was upright, that the Lord made man upright. But as of today, as you can see, this whole place is full of confusion. I'm going to get this and close. Because this place, it has to be Babylon the Great, the city of confusion, because a woman is trying to look up her nationality, her ancestry through her mother's DNA, like her mother didn't lay on her back and get sperm put into her either. So this is just confusion. It has to be destroyed. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And this is clearly talking about America, point blank, period. Because if you've been looking at America, the financial, economic, emotional state, it's all going downhill and it's not coming back up. You know? And I would go further, but I'm gonna just end off with that. Lord's willing, you was edified, like give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ha Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and shalom to the elect.